Happy New Year and welcome to the first Three Legs, Four Wheels podcast of 2026. It is Paul here with...
Sean.
Chris.
And Kieran.
With a science jug.
Oh, yes.
I love these in-jokes.
For the listeners at home, I went out to the pub before this. I've had a couple of beers and I've had one more whilst recording the Patreon. But I know my limits. And
you haven't reached them yet,
and you're going to go past them. Yeah,
I'm not that type of guy. I'm not someone who I am someone who luckily very well knows my. Oh dear. Okay, that's just for anyone who's already listened to the Patreon, yes, he's done that joke twice.
So yeah, we ended up missing the end of last season due to various reasons. Something to do with our scheduling being as accurate as Stormtroopers' shooting skills. Got to get the Star Wars reference in there somewhere. So let me...
Well, it's always a bit of a pain with the season ending just before Christmas. It was like this for Max and Lewis. Oh, Christ almighty.
Sorry about that. I'm usually very good at the silent sneeze, but that one got away from me.
Just turn you guys down.
Apologies if you're listening.
I thought you were a professional, Sean. What was that?
Normally at work, silent sneeze, masterclass. Apparently at home, not so much.
You've even disturbed the cat.
Sorry, Bruins.
Yeah, Bruno's going to get very disturbed in 2 days by getting another cat. That's the first big news of 26.
Hooray.
Yes.
Photos.
Are you well on the way with that one?
Yeah, she's arriving Thursday.
Yes.
And it's Tuesday we're
Do you have a
recording.
name?
Name still TBC.
Unnamed Kitten
That's a
Project
bad name.
2026.
I like it.
Una for short. Don't laugh, I had a budgie called Short Arse. Anyway. The first thing, post-sneeze, congratulations to Lando Norris on finally coming through the soap opera that was the 2025 title fight.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
congratulations. Is in order.
Lando Norris, friend of the podcast, has been on this show.
As we often
Yes,
say,
he
it is
has.
good for your career appearing on this show.
Yes. You know, maybe...
So I'd like to firstly congratulate 2026 world champion George Russell,
who has also been on this show.
Yes.
So, Dan Tictum, if you're listening...
Has he been on this show?
No.
No.
Oh,
And it shows.
Sorry, I've just got what you mean. Yeah.
how many beers in are you? Sorry.
He's down.
Well, he's just proved with the photo that he sent he's doing it for science.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's an
He's
experiment.
yeah, I didn't circle off the square of that thing, did I? I bought a beer glass which is also like a lab jug, and that's what I was drinking out of when we were doing Patreon. Hence the science jug.
It's just that Chris couldn't remember the name of Lab Flask and called it a science jug, and I think that is the perfect name for it.
Science jug. That's what it is.
I mean,
You said to somebody, go and get the science jug. They come back with one of those.
it's a jug that you do science with.
Yeah.
The worrying thing is I knew exactly what you meant.
That's what I mean. It makes sense. Go and get the science jug. Then, okay.
No, not for that. Not for that. No, bad. All right, I'll put the photo on Discord.
Yeah, it may make some sense to some people. God knows.
So, Dan Tictum, George Russell, Lando Norris, 2025. That's where we were.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, I won't beat round the bush. I don't mind Lando. He's okay, I guess. How nervous was everyone during the final race, given it was the first time in, God, since... When was the last time we had a three-way fight for the championship? Not 2010, was it?
Might have been 2010.
Four-way.
It's been a few years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was okay.
Yeah,
until
I
the last
don't. I
few
don't
laps.
recall being particularly jittery.
I was pacing from about lap 4.
I was doing permutations in my head and trying to do the maths, like when Piastri was pitting, and I was like, well, so Piastri pits, he's going to come out ahead of these guys, and those guys pitted yet, and no way, hang on a second, Lance Stroll is in the mix. And, I was going through all these things and thinking, what's most likely to cause a safety car, and I think at one point we did, I think I might have even put on the chat group, we had Ocon and Stroll really close to each other in the closing laps, and I was like, oh my God, it's going to happen again, 2021 all over again.
Yeah, thankfully, we actually managed to get through an entire Abu Dhabi Grand Prix without a safety car, didn't we?
Yes.
I can't remember.
Not without controversy. I guess you'd have to say the whole Sonoda overtaking off track might be a tiny bit of controversy.
Yeah, I mean that was borderline because I mean Sonoda. I mean you can make one defensive move.
That was more than one defensive move.
Yuki in his defence, he did make one defensive move. I think it was about the 7th that was the one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's as if the FIA went, on this occasion, 2 wrongs do make a right. We'll just let that go, basically. And when that came through with no further investigation, I leapt up from the sofa and punched the invisible air so hard, it was like I was punching a 4-year-old in the face.
You punched the invisible air.
It was probably a bit unfair.
Do you normally have visible air?
Good point. Very good point. No.
Don't forget
Smoke.
Don't forget, right now he's doing science.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just be moving the beer to the other side of the desk now. Over here. There. You live there now. This will be the last one.
Until the next.
No, I mean, I thought it was an entirely dull race, but a probably the correct end to the championship. Maybe not the most satisfying end. I think even though Max has his detractors, I imagine a lot of people would have wanted to have seen Max come back from the 103, 104 point deficit. But I was surprisingly satisfied by the ending of this year's F1 Championship. I went out and bought a KFC celebration.
Nice.
But then, of course, there have been...
It's a very low-stakes celebration in the Thompson-Bide household.
You should have seen the scenes when the KFC opened over here. They were queuing around the block for about 3 weeks after it opened, which, bearing in mind it's a drive-through, caused issues.
Yes, it did. Yeah.
Then, of course, there's been other things...
My dad's old number plate was...
Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, my dad's old number plate was HW10 KFC. Not one fucking free zinger burger did we get. We got nothing. Rubbish.
But yes,
Sorry,
there have been other things that have gone on since then. First one is, obviously, the return of the Portugal Grand Prix.
Yes.
Yeah, Portimao.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I think it's a 2-year deal that they've got, and that is going to be... Looks like that's a replacement for Imola, because that is no more.
Which is strange, because it's Madrid.
So is this from 27?
I think
Yeah,
so.
27.
It could be the replacement for Zandvoort then, because it's the last year of Zandvoort.
My guess
this
is...
year.
Yeah, I'm
But
confused.
what about
It doesn't
Spa?
make sense,
Because
does
Spa's
it?
going every other year.
From...
So if Madrid replaces Imola from this year onwards, no Imola this year, Madrid this year onwards. Mm-hmm. But then next year, you're going to lose 2 in Zandvoort and Spa for 1 year. But they're only replacing it with 1, which is Portimao. Unless they still have sights on an African race.
I think it might be that there's something else to come,
It's either going to be Kyalami or Rwanda, even though the Rwanda circuit hasn't been built yet, and neither is the airport next to it.
Ambitious. Morocco keeps getting talked about every now and then, doesn't it? Morocco.
Now that the African Cup of Nations is finishing, they might be discussing things again.
They'll go to Magny-Cours in France if they go anywhere.
Well, someone's going to have to job share with Spa. because you get rid of Zandvoort, that's Zandvoort done, end of, and that's what will be replaced by Portimao. But if they want to keep 24 races, they're going to have to, every other year, replace Spa with something else.
Yeah.
So what's that going to be?
Yes.
Because Spa, if I remember right, is not on the calendar for 27 or 29, I want to say.
Yeah, they're only going to be there in even-numbered years for the foreseeable.
Yeah.
So...
Would Audi be pushing for a German race?
You would have thought so. I mean, Cadillac could be pushing for a fourth American race.
Well, yeah.
Oh, fuck. Chicago, like they talked about, didn't they?
No. God, no. That Chicago...
none of that.
Not that Chicago street circuit. Christ. A circuit so bad that even NASCAR have stopped racing there.
Was that there was too much ambi turning though, wasn't it? Maybe.
No, it was all 90-degree corners. It was literally straight, brake, turn.
I don't want to do gear changes in NASCAR. No, I don't know. Magny-Core makes the most sense because it's an okay... Excuse God, no. That didn't happen. Cut that.
Oh dear.
Cut that. Cut the burp.
So what have we had so far? A sneeze and a burp. Any other bodily functions anyone needs to get out of the way?
I'll have a massive coughing fit in a second, I'm sure. My vape coil needs
The
replacing.
sneeze was off air. We got away with the sneeze, Sean. That was off air. Was it?
Maybe.
I don't think so.
No, I'm pretty certain we were recording by that point.
Lord.
But then, of course...
Anyway, Magny-Core is nice.
Yeah, but the main news, the end of Helmut Marko's career with Red Bull.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not,
I think
not
that was
before time.
He's decided to step away.
Yes.
Decided.
Or was told.
Yeah, apparently the Red Bull power struggle is still going on, so that means that Horner and Marko both lost when they were they were kind of at each other's throats.
Well, I don't know that
I mean,
they were
there's
at
a
each
lot.
other's throats, were they? But I mean, it was.
I think it was an
they're both gone.
uncomfortable pairing.
Horner
wasn't
and
it?
Marko, yeah, they were the villains, weren't they, of Red Bull, both of them, and they're both gone. So it's really interesting to see how they're going to push strategically, how they're going to push that team forward. I mean, I wonder how much of this had to do with Ford coming in, where they were like, "No bad PR, please. We don't like this man." So, I mean, Kieran, you might be able to tell us because you're quite close to the Red Bull factory, but all the signs apparently have come down, and all the Ford signs have gone up. So so they are ready.
So it used to
really
be
prepared and ready to go.
When you got on the train from Leighton Buzzard to Milton Keynes, when you got around the Bletchley area, which is the only stop in between the two, that you used to have the Honda factory and the RBPT, the Red Bull powertrains. Both of those been taken down, and now it's all Ford. So I'm guessing this is just a total, it's completely being badged by Ford, even though it's sort of still the technology, the IP that was bought by Red Bull powertrains, just being badged as Ford. I guess this is like when they had, was it Tag Heuer they badged around pandemic time?
Yeah, when they when they'd fallen out with
Fell out
Renault,
with Renault.
or mainly Cyril.
Yes. Yeah. One of the only really good storylines of Drive to Survive in the early days.
God, we'll be getting another series of that to ignore soon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've not seen that since the episode where Alonso went to Aston. I've forgotten where the fuck he went from and to now. I've lost track with Alonso.
Alpine to
Aston.
Alpine. It was the uncomfortable divorce situation.
Yes.
Yeah. It's okay. I think it's peaked and it's troughed, and now it's just middling. I find with Drive to Survive, it's just something to watch in the in between times.
Agreed. Yeah, yeah, that's all it ever was, really. But I mean, it was interesting when it first came along. But yeah, it's difficult to see what else they can do with it without manufacturing things, without purely manufacturing things that never happened, which is kind of what they do a little bit anyway with the creative editing. It's they reached their ceiling very quickly, but they've never managed to push through it, and I don't think they can.
No. It's not for us, though, isn't it? We've been watching this since the 80s, since the 70s. It's not for us. It's for people who watch Baller League and use TikTok. It's for them, really, isn't it?
Can somebody explain to this old person what the bloody hell is Baller League? I hear the youth talking about it, and I keep seeing it on Sky, and
Well,
keep seeing it on the Sky Guide. I don't actually watch it.
Did you ever play FIFA 98 Road to World Cup?
Yes.
So in that, there's an indoor football thing where you can have basically a 4 or 5-a-side.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
It's that, but with some guy called Angry Ginge.
Oh, he's the I'm a
Who won
Celebrity
I'm a
guy.
Celeb.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So basically, it's
Any further questions?
it's an after the pub kickabout for social media
Yes.
influencers.
I had to explain
Yeah.
to one of my colleagues that Angry Ginge wasn't an insult and that was actually the guy's name.
Yeah, when he popped up on Celeb, Jane was pissed. As someone of the strawberry blonde influence, she weren't happy.
Yeah, I've got to admit that has completely passed me by, and oh well.
When I went to Berlin last year, I went down to try and check out the Formula E circuit at the Tempelhof Airport, and they wouldn't let me into certain parts because Baller League Germany was taking place that day, and I didn't have a pass. I was like, sorry, this has gone global? Fucking
Wow.
hell.
So-
Bad enough in one country.
So now it's a kickabout round some concrete blocks in a car park
In an airport.
Yes,
in an airport.
it's, yeah, airport 5 miles south of anything interesting in the city.
A circular airport, no less.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
We don't need to talk about who built it.
No.
No. Despite the fact several panels there do talk about who built it.
Let's not.
No. Moving on.
He's not on the show anymore. I keep saying. Anyway, so yeah, Helmut Marko. Oh God, Helmut Marko is no more at Red Bull. Now you're saying what's the strategy going to be like? Harmonious, probably.
That was a really good segue, Paul. Just want to say that. Well done.
Oh, I had to move from one massive racist to another.
Will it be
there was a-
harmonious
Woo!
or will there be someone potentially even worse? Because there's always that risk, isn't there? When you get rid of one tit, you get something even worse.
Something tittier,
Something tittier.
which could be what's about to happen at Alpine. Because Christian
on.
Horner and a large
Yes.
amount of backers are looking to buy an incredibly large stake in the F1 team. Which
Yes.
could mean...
Was it about 900 million euros or something?
It was something ridiculous. But it means we could have Horner and Flavio
Oh, Jesus.
running the same team between them.
That would not last long. That's a relationship with a short shelf life. One of them will need, they will both feel like they need to be in charge of that and will not be prepared to cede it to the other one. That will...
It feels very Bernie and Max.
Yes, that will end in an absolute shitstorm very, very early into that pairing.
I am so
I
there.
agree.
I am so there for it, and I am stocking up on popcorn.
That might be what brings us back to Drive to Survive. That.
Yeah, you might have a point. and then of course they decide to bring Cyril back.
No.
Oh,
Cyril, no. Cyril
imagine.
has no place in that pairing.
That there is a fantastic irony there, though, isn't there? That Red Bulls or Christian spent most of 2018, 2019 utterly slagging off Renault, only to now have to crawl back through the dusty corridor
Yeah, but
into
even-
their boardroom and go, "Can I buy you?"
But even they're
Please.
slagging off Renault now, though, aren't they? Because they're not using their engines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think currently the Enstone team is at Renault's lowest ownership stake since the Benetton days. Because even when it was Lotus and Genie Capital owned it, Renault still had, I think it was about 30%. But I think Renault ownership now is down to about 25% of the team. So I'd like to welcome back Renault to F1 in 3 years' time.
It's a strange one. Isn't it?
I mean,
yeah, it's really weird. They shut down their engine facility completely. It's not like they've been like, right, so no Formula One, but we'll still build engines. It's like, right, so we're not building engines, but we kind of got a team. Oh, hang on a second. What do you mean you kind of got a team? We're just going to buy from Mercedes? Okay. And then Toto Wolff turns around and goes, well, we might actually limit how many customer teams we've got because we've got quite a few. And Alpine announced that they're going, oh, shit. Well, literally has got an engine, and now Toto Wolff's turned around and said, like, we might only supply like 2 or 3 teams.
Well, the thing is, under the current regulations, if a team doesn't have an engine supply, then the engine manufacturer with the smallest number of teams contractually is obligated to supply the team without the engine supply. So we could actually be seeing an Alpine Audi in 2 years' time.
Could be
didn't think about it that
interesting.
way.
Yeah, it could be an Alpine Audi or it could be an Alpine Cadillac if Toto pulls out as soon as Cadillac have got their own engine and have moved away from Ferrari. And then I think that is when Renault finally say, right, yeah, okay, whatever small percentage we've got left, we're going, oh, by the way, you can't use the rights to one of our car brands anymore. And all of a sudden we've got Arden F1.
Oh no.
Well, does he still own Arden?
I think his dad does, on paper.
What?
Yeah, Horner.
I didn't know that. I thought Christian Horner owned the team.
I think he set Arden Racing up with his dad.
Gary Horner, wasn't it?
Let's have a look. Yes, it was Gary Horner.
Yeah.
At the moment, the team principals are Richard Dent, Ben Salter, and Jack Woodhouse, none of whom I have heard of.
Jack Woodhouse rings a bell.
Doesn't have a wiki page.
Jack Woodhouse doesn't ring a bell. I've immediately rewound that thought.
And
I might have gone to school with Jack Woodhouse.
And currently they are a going concern in GB4.
Oh, there were lots of concerns in
The
GB4.
sexiest series of them all. You want overtakes? We've got a couple. GB4, is that just... Well, that can't be British F4, because British F4 is called British F4, isn't it? That's got to be like Formula Ford or something.
It's a separate thing that's like cheaper to run, isn't it? It's like the one below GB3.
Yeah, basically it's... Oh, God, it is. Technically, it's the new Formula Palmer Audi, because it's Motorsport Vision that run it.
As long as we don't get the TV series.
According to Companies House, Arden Racing Limited currently has 2 registered officers. One is Gary Horner, the other is Jamie Horner, who I'm just assuming is also related.
Yeah. And
They sound like made-up names. Yes, that's right. It's my dad and my brother, Gary and Jamie.
Chris, what's one of your brothers called?
Yeah, Jamie. It's a made-up name. So real.
Yeah, they very much are the David Schumachers of the Horner dynasty, aren't they?
Whatever happened to Dave? Schumacher, not
He
Horner.
got scurvy.
I believe he is in, what is it called? DTM.
Ah.
And I think he also recently got engaged to one of the W Series drivers.
Oh, really?
For fun information.
Good for David.
Future Formula 2 back marker coming in 20 years' time.
Even that's optimistic.
Right. Renault/Alpine are still making an engine, though.
Just not for their car.
They are... well, no, they are making engines under the Mechachrome name for F2 and WEC. In fact, oh Christ, they use the same model of engine in Formula 2 as Alpine do in their WEC team, which could explain a lot about Alpine's lack of success in World Endurance.
Yes. Well, they've just signed Victor Martins, I believe, for their WEC efforts this year. Yeah, which will probably not help them.
So is that Victor Martins done in F2 then?
I think so. I think he's going to be. Is he also Williams' reserve driver this year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
So
he will be
5
driving.
years was that in F2, I think.
He'll be driving in the other Alpine car to Antonio Felix da Costa.
Oh.
Wow.
There is a
Goodness
name
me.
that should have perhaps been in Formula 1 10 years ago, if not more.
Yeah.
It was in
Definitely.
It was in Formula E at the weekend.
Well, don't we know it? Yes.
He was.
Dick Tantrum.
Wasn't he,
What
Daniel?
happened in Formula E at the weekend? Someone refresh my memory.
Well, Dick Tantrum certainly remembers him.
We've just got a quote from Dan Ticktum. Here it is.
No.
Okay, we can't play that. No, that's
Oh damn it! I'll have to stream deck upstairs, so I don't have the Jacques button.
You've got to be careful about quoting Dan Ticktum, though, because he might say you've taken him out of context and say someone needs to be fired.
when you have at all times completely giving context. Absolutely.
And
At every single point, you've taken me out of context. No, you called him a prick. Well, yes, but you know.
Not that kind of prick.
Somebody should be fired for this, surely. Looks around at absolutely nobody else doing anything wrong.
Whoever deleted my comment off the Autosport page needs to be fired. Okay, we throw it over to Autosport now. He's called you a bunch of bastards. What are your view on this? You're right, he is. We'll fire our intern. That's never going to happen, Dan. It's not going to happen.
For anyone that missed this,
What a knob.
just Google Dan Ticktum Formula E Mexico. Possibly the word fallout.
I mean, he genuinely was involved in an incident that was absolutely not his fault, but then has reacted quite a lot to it.
I mean, yes, he usually does say it's everybody's fault but his. And in this case, it was correct. It was just the things he said afterwards were his fault because he said them. They took him out of context and they didn't quote the beautiful... Oh, no, I'm not going into that one.
I only saw the incident once, and I saw it happen in real time. I didn't even wait for a slow motion replay, and I was like, yeah, nothing to do with that. But then, you can't say the things he said after a race. It's just not correct.
So he called them a bunch of C's, basically, didn't he?
Yeah.
And said the petulant children or something like that.
Game recognises game.
They posted that quote on the Autosport Instagram page when then all the commenters, I mean, look, I'm not going to unfairly lay into Dan Ticktum, so I'm just going to call all of this very fair. They all laid into him going, well, you know, pathetic, awful, dreadful driver, angry, you know, tried to kill Yuki Tsunoda in F2, tried to wipe out Ricky Collard 10 years ago, got a year ban and all that. And he replied to them saying... Oh, what was it? Go back to your
chicken Kievs
homes
from Iceland, I believe. There was something to do with chicken Kievs from Iceland.
On your HP 2010 laptop.
Go and eat your mum's chicken Kievs from Iceland instead of commenting on my post on your 2010 HP laptop or something like that.
Followed by, I'm going to drive my Ford GT.
Yes, that was it. Like,
there's a
he's
sprinkling
won.
of Andrew Tate about that, isn't there? He's like, I don't care if the world is burning. Look at my car.
Yeah. If only Dan Ticktum would go to jail for a couple of months. But yeah, he's so. Oh God, He's confrontational for the sake of it. I think he's one of those people that doesn't see the line. I mean, first things first, he's the least media-trained person in the world, for a start. But also...
And that's coming after Sean's sneeze.
Yes.
You know the term quit while you're ahead? There's also the term quit while you're not quite as behind as you're going to be in a couple of comments' time. And
Stop
that's where
digging,
he is.
I think that's called.
Yes. Exactly. Because after all these posts, he put out a 3-minute video on Instagram saying, "Oh, by the way, just to clarify, you're all pricks." That wasn't necessary, Dan. Don't do that.
Yeah, found the video last night. We were out sat in a burger place at the time, pre quiz night, and I said I'm going to watch it, and Sean's face just kind of dropped a little bit. Went
Quietly.
Do it quietly.
Because he doesn't look at the camera at all for the first minute and a half. And the only time he looks at the camera is when he goes, "Oh, and yeah, just quick comment to all my haters. Fuck you." It's not necessary, Dan. Don't. Just stop.
They're all going to stop now. He said that though.
Oh yeah, we have to stop.
Yeah. Bloody hell. We've been told off.
What? You still there? You still there?
I'm still here.
I am. Yeah.
Oh right, okay. Thought you'd vanished for a second. Right. Other things that what have happened or are about to happen. Why are the livery reveals so bloody early this year? The first one is on the 15th of January, which is 2 days away from as we're recording.
Because the cars are on track so early this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the first pre-season test is on the 30th in Barcelona, which is a completely behind closed doors event.
That test event is the 26th to the 30th.
Yeah, I think it's earlier, isn't it?
Yeah, it's less than 2 weeks.
Oh, Autosport's just got it as the 30th.
Well, as we've just been hearing, Autosport
Maybe
cannot
Dan
be trusted.
ticks him as a point.
A
Bad
3-day
week for
test that takes
Autosport.
place on one day. Someone needs to get fired.
Formula1.com lists it as 26th to 30th.
Ah, right. But of course, this is only going to be essential personnel. There is going to be no public timing made available. Mm-hmm. And precious few details are going to get released. And also, I think it's just going to be an engine test because the cars aren't going to be anything like what we're actually going to see in Australia.
No,
Yeah.
I agree. I think I don't even think the cars that we see at the public tests in Bahrain, because of which there are 2, I don't think the ones that finish that second test in Bahrain will necessarily be the ones that hit the circuit in Australia, because they'll be testing so many different parts of the car, and obviously they will have to eventually put them all together and be like, okay, they all do work together, but they'll be testing so many different parts of the car. There'll be mule cars for a majority of the test.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I actually thinking about it, I actually do know why the first livery reveals. It's very odd to say after the amount of bourbon I've been drinking. Why the first livery reveals are happening this week? Because it's RedBull and VCarb, and they are launching the new cars in quotes at the Detroit Motor Show.
Yes.
Which is this week to celebrate the Fordness of it all. And, of course, a Red Bull car hasn't had a Ford engine since they first started.
Wow.
Did Jaguar do Cosworth?
Oh, yeah, Jaguar were owned by Ford at the time when they were racing.
They were. Yeah, and they
So they've all
sold
gone-
the team to Red Bull.
So it's all full circle in a sense, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much, because, I mean, you can trace the heritage back to Stewart, who started out with Cosworth engines.
Yeah.
Paul Stewart sold the team to Ford as a birthday present to his dad. I seem to remember happening at the time.
I don't think that'd fly in the Thompson household. Happy birthday, Dad. I've sold your vinyl collection. You what?
No,
Even my culture, yes. Even your culture club 12 inches.
Oh, which ones? I used to have the extended remix of Church of the Poisoned Mind.
I'll send him a text.
But yeah, the Paul Stewart sold Stewart Racing to Ford, who kept it dressed as a shortbread tin for another year and then turned it into Jaguar, who then sold out to Red Bull just to keep Christian Klein in a seat.
Was that the only reason?
It did not pay off.
Well, that was the main reason, because he was the first Red Bull backed F1 driver.
Yeah, he was. This is true, actually. Yeah.
And
Did he go from RedBull back down to Toro Rosso?
repeatedly, didn't he? I think he went to Toro Rosso after ending up doing like half a season split with Robert Doorknobs or something.
Something like that. I think he started at Red Bull and then went to Toro Rosso. I think I'm probably got that wrong, but I seem to remember he went to Toro Rosso after he was at Red Bull.
I think
His
he did. I
Wikipedia
think you're right.
page
He
does not
was-
list him at Toro Rosso.
Oh, I apologise. So what? So was Doorknobs a? What was his actual name?
Dawn Boss.
Dawn
I only
Boss.
know him as Dawn Boss. Thank you. I only know him as Doorknobs now.
No, it's an anagram.
he
It was an
the
anagram of Doorknobs.
That works. He was a replacement for Clean though, wasn't he?
Yeah, he did half a season, and then they realised that he was just as crap.
We need someone quicker. Get me Scott Speed.
That sounds like a racing driver's name. I'm in.
Actually, he did. No, it was half a season at Minardi. He only got 3 races in at Red Bull.
Oh my word! Even worse.
Because I know there was something that happened that year. Let's just have a look. Driver changes, of which there were many. So Red Bull.
What year is this? Is this 05?
06. So Red Bull that season had David Coulthard in all the way through the year, Christian Klein for the first 15 races, and then Doorknobs for the last 3. So I think 2006 was the year that Christian Klein got found out. But the year before, Christian Klein car shared with Tony Liuzzi.
What a dynamic
yes.
duo. But then he ended up so Christian Klein, he then was at Honda the next year and then Hispania in 2010. As a test driver, he was with Honda.
I was going to say, it wouldn't have been the real
yes.
team.
Yes. And then, he was with Hispania, did a couple of races with Hispania towards the arse end of the year.
I mean, Hispania really turned into
he
the,
must-
have you got money? Yes, you can
come on
race.
down.
Yeah, because they had Chantok Senna. Yeah, they had a lot.
Bruno Senna. Just like to reiterate.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, Hispania that year, Corinne Chandok for 10 races, Christian Klein for 3, Seikon Yamamoto.
Wow, Seikon Yamamoto.
Oh, Yamamoto.
He did half a dozen races.
They have Carter Kayan at one point.
I think that might have been the year before.
think-
Oh, good lord.
And
That was the
and
year
Bruno,
they
and
folded,
Bruno
I think,
Senna.
2012. Goodness me.
I mean, Hispania were...
Yamamoto.
I mean, he was better than UGE Day, officially.
Congratulations.
Better than the second worst driver ever.
Have you seen that Alan Partridge gif with the shrug?
Yes.
That's the reaction to you are better than you get.
We are talking serious hottest guy in Maine, though.
Oh, hello. He's now a politician. He was a member of the House of
UGE Day or Yamamoto?
Yamamoto, House of Representatives of Japan from 2021 to 2024.
Did he come in? Did he come in halfway through the season there as well?
I don't know.
Feels like he didn't do a full term.
The main thing I can remember about Yamamoto was that his English wasn't excellent. And I think he drove again in about 2014, 2015. He was at something like, I can't remember where
Formula
it was now.
E.
I will say he drove again.
He
Was it Formula E?
Yeah,
He did Formula E for a little bit.
he was reserve driver for
He was
Marussia. Always a good sign. And then did 2 races for Amlin Aguri. I don't even remember that
That is
team.
brand new
I
words.
do remember that name. Yeah. That
I don't. It sounds like a name that would have been on like the Super Monaco Grand Prix game.
He replaced Antonio Felix da Costa. and he was teammates with Catherine Legg and Salvador Duran.
Who?
Wow. I mean, these are. I mean,
I
for
only
someone
remember
who
Duran
didn't really. For someone who didn't really enjoy the last couple of years of Formula E, but really enjoyed it at the start, this is like hearing a band you've not heard in many years. Salvador Duran, inject it into my veins.
Oh, yeah, you might be able to... one of you two might be able to help with this. In the music round, in the quiz that we did last night, they played something...
Who's for you two? Oh, it's Chris. Okay, good. Right.
They played something by somebody or some band called Luscious Jackson. Any...
Luscious Jackson. Wow. That takes me back.
Okay, so they're not current.
Gift. And Kieran knows the answer.
Luscious Jackson were... I want to say sort of late 90s, turn of a millennium, something like that.
So you didn't...
I'm Googling.
Yeah, this was the only thing on
come
the
up
whole
in-
music round we didn't get. We were very offended.
They come up in the Beastie Boys book quite often, because I think it was they started a record label and they signed Luscious Jackson.
Oh,
So
yep,
they
yep,
ended up doing lots of music with them.
Luscious Jackson were signed to Grand Royal.
Grand Royal, that's it. Yeah. So if you, I would really recommend, even though it's on Apple TV, which is not worth the money, unless you're going to F1 in the US next year, when it will be worth the money.
Slow horses.
Slow horses and Shrinking, I think, is fantastic.
And
as well.
Pluribus is pretty good too.
And you've got to say Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso, yeah, for the first two series at least. Yeah, very much.
Yeah.
And
I haven't seen
Severance?
Shrinking by not that's it. Chevron. Goodness me. Okay, right. Put down the beer. I haven't seen Severance yet. I think Shrinking's fantastic. Right, we're going well off track, but yeah, the Beastie Boys movie is on Apple, and it's excellent. When
I've opened the
the
Wikipedia
F1 comes,
page. Sorry, Kieran.
because when the F1 comes to Apple, get onto the Beastie Boys movie, because they talk. I think in the early days they had the Beastie Boys was 4 members: the 3 Mike Rock, Ad Rock, Mike D, and MCA, and they had a 4th member, Kate, someone,
Schellenbach.
and Kate was yes, and she left to join Luscious Jackson.
She was the Beastie Boys' original drummer.
So
Yeah.
I've opened a Wikipedia page here. American alternative rock group Luscious Jackson has released 4 studio albums, including 1 children's album.
Lovely.
Well, they're a
Brilliant.
little bit behind They Might Be Giants because they've done about 15 children's albums.
I think it's called Baby DJ.
Oh my!
Do you know what? I imagine there's probably big money in that. To be fair, if you get a children's album that takes off,
Look at the Wiggles. They own half of Australia.
yeah, the kind of like the replays over years. That's going to be solid.
Yeah, you can
solid.
you
money,
can
that.
re-release the same album every 5 years and get a brand new audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair dues.
We listen quite often before bed. We'll stick on the Rockabye Baby on Spotify, which is rock songs but made with like little twinkly xylophones and glockenspiels, and yeah, it's quite fun. I was listening to the Bruce Springsteen one of that the other day. That's quite good fun.
I think
But
that's...
I wouldn't call it a kid's album.
I think
it's just.
I think
like,
that's what Devlin was
lullabies.
brought up on, but he also got into trouble for singing Highway to Hell in nursery school.
Superb. Where were we?
I have no... basically saying how crap Christian Cleon was and, oh dear God, Antonio Felix da Costa. Why is he always...
Helmut Marko's gone.
Right, thing that happened today, because it's a Tuesday, Jack Doohan and Alpine have officially parted company. Nobody
that's
saw that coming.
unfortunate.
I think they've given him a lot of money to go away.
Well, I
kind
mean,
of
I
shit.
don't know if his contract ran, did it? For I think he only had a 1-year contract originally.
well,
so I don't
no,
know how he managed to be
the
named as a reserve driver.
The press release that they put out said that they had come to a mutual agreement about a parting of the ways, which usually means
money.
Here's some money.
They said something like, we no longer need his driving services or
Yes.
something, which is quite a lame way of putting it, given that he'd committed to them for a number of years, and you put him in the car for 7 bloody races, and that was it. Just seems a bit cold.
They talked as well
Yeah,
about
very
to
much so.
give him opportunities to go elsewhere or something like that. Where it's like, well, hang on, it's literally less than a fortnight until cars are on track. There is no opportunity to go elsewhere at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Very poor.
he is a talented driver. Is he F1 talented? I don't know. And you can't really tell. Yeah, okay, he scored absolutely 0 points for Alpine last year.
But neither did his replacement.
But then his replacement didn't as well. So,
Yeah.
you know, how do you rate him?
I think for me, he's one of those sort of slightly awkward F2 drivers where a seat needed filling, but maybe they were looking for someone who was convenient at the time as opposed to someone who was out and out talented.
Yes.
And that's how you end up with a Jack Doohan, a Logan Sargent, a Nick DeFries, a Nikita Mazepin, maybe, not definitely a Liam Lawson. But the people who aren't quite champions, but they're not slow,
Yeah.
you're probably going to one day put Colapinto into this bracket. It's just that he showed a lot of potential when he was at Williams. But again, you know, Latifi, Jack Aitken, there are drivers who have maybe dipped their toe in F1. It hasn't been a huge success. And it shouldn't diminish them, but because they were put into a sport which might just be one grade above what they're really capable of, it makes them look quite bad.
Or then you look at Andre Lotterer, who did one F1 race for Caterham and then said, stuff that I am not getting in that shed ever again.
I don't think he did one lap, did he? Didn't he retire on the first lap or something?
Qualified in 21st and didn't finish his first lap.
Yeah. He was also about 71 at the time. That doesn't help.
No, true.
But yeah, these sort of, like, you can see... Sometimes you can see in F2 the drivers who are clearly extremely good. Leclerc, Russell, Norris, maybe Albon has surprised us a bit, but definitely Piastri is another one. And Liam Lawson may yet surprise us. He just had a bad start at Red Bull last year. The jury's out on Hadjar and Antonelli and Bortoletto. But there's drivers who you look at and go, you know, you can put them into two camps. There's the Russells, the Norrises, the Behrmans, the Piastris. And then there are the Mick Schumachers, the Mazepins, the Zhou Guanyus, Logan
The ones
Sargents.
who are ultimately going to
And
end up in Formula E or IndyCar.
Yes, exactly. And that's, sadly, Jack Doohan has parked himself quite firmly into category B. And that's just how it is. It just happens like that sometimes. It's sad. I think they treated him horrifically, but his performances weren't there at the time. Probably that practice crash in Suzuka last year really did it for him. And the other thing which did it for him is Colapinto's money.
Of which
But that doesn't mean
of which they're
Colapinto's out and out talented.
of which they're probably using some to pay him off.
Well, exactly, because Doohan, you know, the Oakberry money isn't coming in thick and fast, I imagine, for Doohan. So,
ironically, the WEC team with the most empty seats at the moment is Alpine.
Hence, they're signing Williams reserve drivers that they'd already binned off from their own young driver program.
Yes, and Antonio Felix da Costa.
He is everywhere, isn't he?
Is Doohan the most experienced F2 driver to ever have gone into F1? Let's have a look at this. I don't know if that's a question.
No,
Google can answer.
Jolyon Palmer.
I was going to say James Milner.
James. Right, okay, I've got the answer, but it doesn't cover the GP2 years. The answer, can anyone guess?
I was going to say, if it covers
was
the
it
GP2 years,
Latifi?
I'd say Jolyon Palmer.
I would have gone Latifi.
It doesn't, no. This driver raced 76 races in F2, but only one race in F1.
Oh,
Jack
was this
Aitken.
I was Aitken or Fittipaldi?
It is Jack Aitken.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if you were to include the GP 2 years, then I think Palmer's got to be up there.
Roberto Merri keeps turning up as well, doesn't he? Like every now and then he just comes back and you're like, mate, you were in F1 and Lot came out of it already. Why are you back in F2?
You are old enough to be the rest of the grid.
He turned up in an F2 race last year.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
I now need to have a look at who's done the most GP2 races.
Yes. Yeah.
I would say Jolyon Palmer, but 4 seasons.
I would go Johnny Cicotto Jr.
I was going to throw Johnny Cicotto in there. List of GP2.
Maybe Canamassus.
Did Grosjean end up back in GP2 at one point after his
he
F1?
did.
He
did an extra year.
Yeah, he did a year in F1, didn't he? And then went back. Well, he did a few races and then went back.
It is Johnny Cicotto.
Amazing.
Fuck. How many races did he do?
100.
He was in there forever.
118 races from 120 starts.
Fuck.
Missed 2 races for probably being banned. Oh, there's some quality names on here that we've all forgotten about. Luca Filippi.
Nope.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Champion.
Yeah. Julian Leal.
Nope.
No.
Everyone's
Julian Leal. Yeah.
Oh, Leal. Everyone's favourite co-commentator, Davide Valsecchi.
Oh, excellent. Yeah.
Yeah, was actually a very good driver. Yeah.
Daniel de Jong. He had 90 starts out of 92 races. Sergio Canamassus, equal numbers. Rio Harrianto with 89 starts.
Wow.
Nathaniel Burton.
That's not a familiar name.
Nope.
No.
He ended up in Formula E.
Stefano Coletti.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And Formula E mainstay Mitch Evans.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Oh, okay. He was a GP3 champion, wasn't he, Mitch Evans?
He was much hyped, wasn't he? Like, I think he was meant to be.
He's going to be the next one. He's going to be the next one. He's going to be the next one. He's 8th in Formula E.
Yeah.
I think I've said this before on the podcast. I'll say it again. I can't believe I'm saying this again. I'm going to have to open Facebook. I think I'm friends with Sergio Canamassus on Facebook.
Why?
because someone has
Fucking
to
hell,
be.
I am. He's listed as driver at FIA Formula 2 Championship. Former driver at Renault Clio Series. Studied at EU Business School.
Good God.
Christ. I don't know what happened to me in the early 2010s where I went, sod it, let's look them up on Facebook. I'll be friends with them.
And the other bit of big today news, no one's entirely sure who owns Sonoda at the minute.
Oh.
Oh.
Yes, he is the Red Bull and VCarb reserve driver. So Red Bull have got him under contract, but Honda also own part of him, but he's yet to sign his 2026 Honda contract because Honda are now in negotiations with Red Bull about what they can and can't do with him.
Surely they try to take him to Aston Martin.
Well, they've already got a reserve driver.
They've got many, but surely they would, if he's their driver rather than Red Bull's, surely they would want him under their, either they either want him under their wing or they don't. In which case, let him go. But if you want him to be a Honda driver, like get him in under the umbrella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would absolutely be sacking Lance Stroll and putting him in the car. But it's very easy for me to say that because my dad doesn't run Aston Martin.
No, he just owns Culture Club 12 inches.
Yes, and the bastard won't fucking text me back to see which one he has. But yeah, I don't know. I would absolutely plumb him in at seat number 2 at Aston Martin, but it's very easy for me to say that. But he should be part of that program nonetheless. There's nothing for him at Red Bull. He's not going back to any Red Bull seat unless he does a Daniel Kvyat. And if he does a Daniel Kvyat, it will only, like it was for Daniel Kvyat, be temporary.
Yeah.
It won't be. They won't hold on to him for another 5 years.
No, he's working with Red Bull, isn't he, this season? Apparently.
Well, I think this is what they're trying to figure out, isn't it? Is what is he doing for whom?
Yeah.
I think the statement that Red Bull put out, we look forward to Yuki participating in working alongside the team, developing the car in 26. I'm sure that's what it said.
Yeah,
Something along those lines.
It was something like that. We might see him in testing, or we might not be allowed to see him in the first test, and he'll be the simulator driver. Chances are, but Honda are still saying he is one of theirs, and of course it's made all the more difficult with, as we talked about in the last show, if you can remember that far back. It seems like a year ago, just singular one. That Honda and Red Bull still need to have some kind of partnership for the testing of previous cars regulations, because the Red Bulls from the Honda original Red Bull powertrain period still need a Honda engine in to make them work, because they won't be allowed to modify them to put a Ford engine in, because then they will be materially a different car and not a previous car.
Yes, that is awkward, isn't it?
So Honda and Red Bull still need to be nice.
Although that can't be the first time anyone has gone through that process. I mean, Red Bull themselves must have gone through that process before when they pinned off Renault.
Yeah, but I think they got Tag Heuer to do all the negotiations about the engine, because they were using their engines. I don't think the testing of previous cars regulations were as set in stone back then 5-6 years ago as they are now.
Fair enough.
Which would make things different, because they'd have been able to stick the current Tag engine in it, and Renault couldn't have complained. Now, of course, with the current testing regulations, the FIA have rules for everything, and everything has a rule. And obviously, as long as you pay MBS the right amount of money, you can just break them. Allegedly. Please don't.
But
sue
if you
me.
win, he gets to try and steal your hair at every opportunity.
Yes.
Can't steal mine. I've just had about 2/3 of it cut off.
He can try.
So, yeah, what is going to happen with Yuki? Red Bull are claiming him. Honda are claiming him. And are Red Bull and Ford going to want him to have anything to do with Honda, because they're supplying a, on paper, competitor?
Yeah, there's another good point there, isn't it? Because, yeah, it just doesn't work. There's nothing left at Red Bull for Yuki. If there was, he'd be in the seat right now.
Yeah.
We can see why he isn't, because Hadjar was brilliant last season and Yuki couldn't get to grips with Max whatsoever. But no one really has since Daniel Ricciardo. Albon had a fair crack at it, and for a while, Perez was okay. But he wasn't Max. None of them are Max.
It's second car syndrome. And as Perez said last week, if I was too quick, it was a problem. If I was faster than Max, it was a problem. If I was slow, it was a problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually what he said. Yeah, everything at Red Bull was a problem. Yeah, it's a tough one to know what to do with Yuki Tsunoda, but I mean, he'll be around in 2026. I mean, only if Hadjar's an absolute disaster will they put Yuki back in the car. I think that's the only thing. And I don't see Hadjar being a disaster, because his driving style is quite similar to Max's. I don't think he'll be on par with Max, but who knows? Maybe he'll surprise us all, which is something Chris has said for the last 14 Red Bull drivers.
But then again, now that the major two Red Bull Horcruxes have gone, perhaps both cars will be equal.
Isn't Yoss still floating around though?
Oh, that's an issue.
Yeah. You can't have Max and not have Yoss. So you're screwed. There's no way around that.
Yeah, I think the best thing that could happen to Yuki is just to side with Honda. But,
Absolutely.
But his soul has been sold to Red Bull, unfortunately, by Honda.
So the Aston Martin reserve drivers are Jack Crawford and Stoffel? Is Stoffel still involved?
I don't
think about Stoffel.
I don't think Stoffel. I thought Stoffel was owned by Mercedes. Now that Mercedes aren't supplying Aston Martin anymore,
This would make sense.
they've taken Stoffel back with them.
Yeah, test driver is only Jack
Maserati. Wasn't he? Stoffel was driving for Maserati in Formula E a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's no longer there.
Yes. No, I think you're right. I think he came with Mercedes rather than belonged to Aston Martin. Did they have Bottas at some point last season as well?
I think he was
Again,
just
with
he was-
Mercedes.
he was just there as
Yeah.
part of the engine, and now that he's at Cadillac, he's had the rod removed from his arse. But then again, so has Perez. The video of him with the eagle pants on, where he was posing to "I'm sexy and I know it," was disturbing.
Right. I've missed that one myself.
Have a look on his Instagram, and I will find you a support group for afterwards.
Really have a look. Really,
No, don't. No, really, don't. Stoffel is no longer with Aston Martin. He is a Peugeot driver in WEC and a Maserati driver in Formula E.
Well, there we go.
So yes, I think he came as part of the Mercedes package.
I mean, it would probably definitely benefit Aston Martin to have an experienced test driver alongside your F2 lad. But yeah, it is. There's that uncomfortableness, isn't there, of Tsunoda being with Red Bull and testing for Aston. There is an awkwardness.
Yeah, because I mean, you do get the sort of general they are the reserve drivers that come with the engine, but you can't have one across two completely separate teams with two different engine manufacturers.
No.
That hasn't happened since Pedro de la Rosa.
For both of them, you would think that would be awkward because if he then goes back to Red Bull and it's like, oh, the Aston behaves this way, that's info for Ford.
yeah, that's a good point.
That's a blatant industrial espionage. and we all know that never happens in F1.
No.
The BBC definitely didn't make a 10 podcast series about that. There isn't a photocopier in Woking that tells their grandchildren about that until the end of their life.
Absolutely not.
I've just been sent a video. I mentioned, I think this was pre-record, that my friend Adam is at the at a live gig tonight with Tom Clarkson and Damon Hill.
Yes.
By live gig, I don't mean... Well, actually, I sort of do. They're not playing the instruments. However, he's just sent me a video where Damon is playing guitar for the crowd.
Oh, I mean, it's kind of what he does. If you listen to the track Demolition Man on Def Leppard's, I want to say, Euphoria album, he plays the outro guitar solo on that.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Is
that the same way Jacques Villeneuve plays the guitar on Mika Hakken's video by the lake?
No, this is actually playing a real guitar on a real song by a real band.
Yes, not Mika Hakkenen's sabbatical video.
No. Don't say it, baby.
No. Don't play it.
Yeah.
Just don't play it. No, I didn't realise that.
Him and Def Leppard's lead singer Joe Elliott were Tax XL neighbours in Dublin.
Oh.
So they were recording an album and they invited Damon Hill along to the studio, gave him a guitar and said, fancy doing a solo? And he did. Like I say, it's a track called Demolition Man.
I shall note it.
Not related to the Sylvester Stallone movie of the same name. Or at least I don't think it is.
He said the show is very good. Facts meet comedy. They talk about Graham Hill. They talk about motorbikes, breaking through with Mansell, Senna's death. Yeah, he said it's a good show. So if anyone has Damon Hill and Tom Clarkson coming to a town near them, get a ticket.
I think it's done by the same promotion company that did the Gunter Steiner tour that we saw.
Oh, you went to that?
Yeah. Yes, it was sweary.
It was. It was good. It was just a bit too short, I thought, but I mean, he's only going to be on stage for an hour and a half every night, so that's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, he came on, Foxland went off.
Yeah. the Damon Hill story that would make me go and see him if he did a tour anywhere near me would be the post Imola '94, when he talks about obviously the Williams team being in a very strange place and a lot of sadness around the team, and they turned up at Monaco, which was the next race, and they were unpacking stuff at Monaco. And Damon went into the drivers' room. They only ran one car at Monaco that year, obviously, because they'd lost their other driver in the previous race. And so they only ran the one car at Monaco. Damon opened up the sort of concertina driver wardrobe, and Ayrton's T-shirt was still hung up in the wardrobe.
Oh, that will have hurt.
Yeah, so he pulled open. He says like an accordion, like a scissor sort of thing. He pulled it open, and Senna's T-shirt was still hung up in the wardrobe. So imagine that, like heartbreaking, but also an amazing story.
And there's me thinking the Damon Hill story you would have wanted to hear was the time that he got a better start than you at the traffic lights on Douglas Prom.
I gave him a thumbs up when he came past. I gave him a thumbs up and he looked at me. We made eye contact and he nodded his head. So I had my window down and I went, "All right, Damon," and he nodded his head and rode off. I looked in my mirror and I still to this day, nearly 10 years ago, if not more now, but I looked in my mirror and I'm like, I know that helmet design and I know those eyes. There is no mistaking Damon Hill's eyes in that helmet design. This isn't someone pretending to be Damon Hill. That's Damon Hill. So as he came past,
oh, brilliant!
I spoke to Damon Hill, but not really, I suppose.
You spoke at him.
Yeah,
I kind of met him a little bit.
The Damon Hill documentary on Sky, if anyone has access to that, is very good, very enjoyable. I think it sort of cuts off at the end of '96. I would quite like to have seen a bit more about Arrows and Jordan, but well-made documentary.
I'll give that a watch. I think we've still got that on the Skybox that I've not got around to watching yet, along with tons of other things. Right, what I was going to do was sort of guide the conversation into things about the 2026 season, but we just don't know enough about it, about the cars, and about what's going to happen. I did find one thing out about it today, though, because of course we have movable aero and adjustable front wings.
Yeah,
and what came as a massive surprise to me is this isn't the first time that F1 have done this. It was legal in 2010.
Oh, that feels recent.
Really?
It wasn't opening aero though, was it? It was bendable aero.
Yeah.
It bent under load, but whereas this is actually going to be like almost like DRS flaps that will open.
But it was allowed to be under driver control, so it was actually technically movable.
Okay.
Yeah. I only found this out on an article in The Race earlier on today, and it surprised the hell out of me because I don't even remember it being mentioned at the time.
I remember the whole flexi wing situation.
Yeah, but no, this was actually driver controlled movable front wing planes. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, all the servo controls for it were actually in the wing end plates.
I didn't know that either. I'll be honest. Yeah, I remember them being bendable under load, and then that's why the law was brought in, probably around 2012-ish, to sort of stiffen up the wings, and that they couldn't be flexy under certain loads. But
2009, 2010. There's a really good article by Ed Straw about it, and it's called "When F1 Last Had Adjustable Front Wings and Why It Didn't Work."
Okay,
sounds fun.
So, that is interesting. Yeah,
it's something that I think everybody has completely missed.
But I don't think the drivers control. See, these are the questions we're going to have to be asking, not just for ourselves, but for everybody else who's trying to wrap their heads around these new rules. I don't think the drivers will control the aero for 2026. I think it's automatic.
It might be.
I don't think they're going to open and close the DRS. I think it's something that just happens. As the cars reach a certain point on the circuit, they will open and then close, but they will be. It's almost like having DRS zones designated, but they'll just open and close on those, unless it's wet, in which case they won't open.
Well, it's. I mean, they were calling it the manual override mode, so it will be driver control, but they're not calling that anymore because everyone was calling it MOM.
Yeah, there's oh god, what was it as well? There's the power depletion thing as well. That's confusing as hell. I've watched a video on how the battery is going to be the power is going to be depleted. I could start explaining it if you like, but I'd rather wait until Ted Kravitz has got some sweets on a pit wall.
Sweets or stationary, either will do.
Any
Or
item.
Baby bells.
Yeah, I mean, so they'll charge the battery up a lot quicker, and they'll be able to deploy it an awful lot quicker as well. But when you deploy the battery, to stop you basically like just running out of juice in your car, basically going from like 300 miles an hour to 200 miles an hour in like half a second, which will be excruciating and incredibly dangerous. They've got this like drop off percentage. So you can when you the more that you're using your battery, the more that it's draining, the less power you can get out of it. It's very confusing. As I said, it's not easy to explain without having
basically, when Ted talks about the drop-off percentage in power, that means he'll eat one of the sweets.
Yeah,
Yes,
probably
to recharge.
Yeah. I think he's going to use Mentos because he's going to be like because he's going to unwrap the Mentos and that's going to be like his bars of battery. I think that's what he's going to do.
And then to get the extra battery boost, he'll drop one into a thing of Diet Coke.
What about if he uses the new Kit Kat F1 car?
Oh,
it will melt off those pit walls. Yeah.
Yes.
Still can't find those.
Yeah, Scarbs was questioning the legality of the Kit Kat F1 cars.
We might need to see if he has a window in the diary between now and...
Yes, I think...
He'll have a better shot at explaining some of this shit than us.
Yeah, I think we are going to try and get Scarbs... We should try and get Scarbs back on at some point before we actually see a proper car running.
Yeah.
Just to
we have seen the car running. Is it Audi did a day filming?
They did a filming day, didn't they?
Yeah, but
Audi's done a filming day.
But they're speed limited.
Yeah, well, of course they're speed limited. Yeah, filming days always are. Alpine was supposed to run one today, but were not. Was it today or yesterday? They were not permitted to due to a technical fault with the car. It was a safety issue.
Start the way you mean to go on.
Well, I mean,
bodes well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when we do a technical special, obviously we have to get Scarbs back in for that. So I will get in touch with Scarbs, and hopefully he's got some time free to explain it to us like we're 5-year-olds. Because
Yes,
I think that is what we are going to need this season.
Yeah.
Yeah, there isn't an MGUH anymore, and that's all I can say with any confidence.
Yeah, and the MGUK is massive.
And the engines aren't.
The engines are the same size.
But they're not as powerful.
Not as powerful. That's a question for Scarbs. Yeah, that's one for Scarbs. Because essentially the engines are going to charge the battery. Which, it's very confusing. You won't be able to drive around on just the engine alone. Put it that way. If your battery dies, or you have an electrical fault, you're out of the race.
Yeah. According to Wikipedia, the internal combustion part of the power unit will decrease from 850 bhp to 540.
Okay.
And then, fuel flow rates will be measured and limited based on energy. Oh, God, it's going to be like WEC with the virtual energy tank, isn't it? Which, if anybody knows how that works, keep it to yourself, because somebody once tried to explain it to me and I got a migraine.
Yeah, sometimes there's just information we just don't need to know about, really, isn't there?
I just want to watch. I just want to watch some racing and step away from spreadsheets for a minute or two. Although my main spreadsheet work this week is planning out the Daytona 24 in iRacing for Team 3 Legs 4 Wheels / Sim Center / Evo Sim Racing this weekend. But anyway, I digress, as I'm going to do. Tell you what, I haven't got the sound effects. Shall we do an Is That Glock?
Yes.
Can I explain what happened when I went to Monaco
Oh,
quickly?
yes.
Oh, yes. We need your stalking story.
Only because
We promised it on the Patreon.
Yes,
we did,
you have
we did.
previewed this.
yeah, and both things which were said there are true. So true. So what happened was Jane and I a few months ago booked to go to Nice in France and Monaco for Christmas time, mainly to get away from my family. It worked. They weren't there. So we flew into Nice very early and then got on the train.
You would have been buggered if they all turned up.
Absolutely. Well, yeah. I wouldn't put it past a couple of members of the family when they found out. But yes, so went to Monaco for 2 days before Christmas. Then on Christmas Eve, we got on the train to Nice. Nice is very lovely. But of course, Monaco, I was very excited to go to because I know that place back to front and I've been wanting to go for most of my life and I know the track and all that. It's very exciting for me. I was really excited to do that. So we went there, spent 2 days there. And on the first full day there, or I guess the only full day, which was December 23rd, we went up to the palace at the top of the hill where the king lives. Not the king. What's his name? Prince Rainier.
Albert.
No, Prince Albert. Thank you. Yep. I learned a lot when I was in Monaco.
And then forgot it all when you came back.
Actually went to his bloody museum as well on the final day I was there. There's a very good car collection in the museum, including that weird little car which I sent the photo of, which has a
Fiat thing.
curtain for a roof.
And
The Jolly.
and wicker basket seats.
Yes.
Yes.
It's an odd looking
The
thing.
Fiat 600 with wicker basket seats and curtain and trim for a roof, which was very weird. So yeah, that was quite cool. But yeah, the middle day I was there, we went up the palace, we looked at various things, and then Jane went back to the hotel for a nap. Jane has this condition, fibromyalgia, so she needs to rest quite often. And I said all along, I really want to do a lap of the track. I want to walk there from start to finish. So Jane got on the bus at on the main straight. I don't know what the road is actually called, the main straight. And I went off and set off on my lap. I walked up Saint-Devote through Beau Rivage. I went round to Casino Square where there's a little Christmas
Hold on
market.
there a second, Kieran. How long did it take you to get to Saint-Devote from the start line?
On foot, 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Did it not take you an hour and a half to get there because you kept stopping and looking at things?
Oh yeah, no, sorry, good point. Okay, so technically that did happen. So Jane got off the bus. I got off the bus. Jane carried on the bus and went back to the hotel, which was up sort of, the turn at Casino Royale where you go up the hill, you take a sweeping left, and then you take a sharp right at Casino Royale. Not Casino Royale,
Just
Casino
Casino.
Square. If you don't take that right and you carry on up that hill, that's where our hotel was. So Jane went up there. What did I do? I made sure to go to Planet Sushi to take a photo of myself in front of that and to send it to you all to say, look, Dan Ticktum got booked here. Lovely guy. Then I ended up in the Carrefour Market, which was there, which had some bloody good stuff. Should have got more. And then there was a fun fair. I had a quick look around that. And then there was the statue of the driver on the final corner, the statue of the driver on the first corner. It took me around half an hour to get to Saint-Devote, actually, now that you say it. So, yeah, went up Saint-Devote, walked up there, steep hill, very steep hill, but made it up there. Went round Casino Royale, which was a little Christmas market. And then the day before, when we arrived, it was chucking it down. We had a coffee in the Café de Paris there. And for one coffee and one hot chocolate, we put down €20 and got no change. So that went well.
Now,
but that doesn't surprise me, I guess.
You should have gone to the Starbucks while you were there because that is highly recommended by Virtual Statman, and has been on one of our podcasts because he was live from Starbucks when he was on the show one night.
Oh, well, there you go.
I didn't realise there was a Starbucks in Monaco. Goodness me.
Sean will find a Starbucks anywhere.
So yeah, I went up to the top of the hill, went and checked out Casino Royale and Casino Royale, fucking hell, Casino Square, Casino de Monte Carlo, and then took the road down towards. I don't know what the official name of it is. The corner where Nico Rosberg went off in qualifying, he took the left instead of going down to the chicane, not the chicane, the hairpin, Fairmont hairpin, and. Yeah, what I do quite often when I go away is that I've got my portable Shure microphone with me, and I'll record little bits for Vectis Radio. I'll do a little thing for our new music podcast where I talk about where I am, what the surroundings are, and then I play a bit of music or something like that. I think that goes out this Wednesday or this Saturday, my Monaco episode of that. But I was walking around and I was recording at the same time. So I'd stop in quite a lot of places and do that. And I got down to the Fairmont hairpin. I can't remember what the official name of it is.
I think it's now just a casino hairpin because it's had that many names. Fairmont, Lowe's.
Lowe's hairpin is what I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah. So yeah, I went down there and I sat there for a bit. And I thought, wow, this is cool. It's like being in a movie set, Monaco. It's just really cool. And then I went under the bridge down towards Portier, and they've got not quite a full size, sort of 2/3 size, late 1990s McLaren there that you can go and, I don't know, touch and sit in sort of as well. But I wasn't going to go and sit in there because I was by myself, and that would be weird. And then at Portier, is
Pascal Verlaine's car still sideways up against the wall?
That's what you sit in. You have to drag Verlaine out of the car to go and have your photo. Jensen Button was ear 2K17. And then so cross the road to go into the tunnel at Portier. And as I crossed, when you watch the Grand Prix and you're down at Portier and the camera goes from right to left as the car goes around the corner into the tunnel, and they put up like sea and clouds boardings there.
Yeah, I know what you mean, like construction boardings almost.
Yeah. So the reason they do that is, and I think this has been talked about quite a lot, they're reclaiming land from the sea and they're building on it at the moment, but right next to the tunnel is the sea, and they're not reclaiming that land. So there is always going to be a bit of sea there. So clearly they've put up something to cover the fact that there is actually land behind it, but immediately there's sea. And you don't really want Jensen Button sending Pascal Verlaine into the English Riviera. So they have actually boarded it up, basically.
That would have been a hell of a hit, but okay.
Monaco to Torquay in one shunt.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry, fuck me. The French Riviera.
You know what you were saying about people with lack of media training earlier.
Yeah, I know. Christ almighty. Okay, so I went to the pub earlier. So just going to say that after every mistake. So just as
and Kieran's internet's packed in.
Remembered something that Jane and I
is.
saw. Sometimes when you log on Facebook in a different location, it will show you content from that location. And it was of Charles Leclerc and his partner Alex Saint-Mineur?
Something like that.
It's something. There's a lot of vowels in her surname.
Yes. Walking the dog around Monaco. And there was a video of someone going, oh my God, look at Charles just casually walking around Monaco. And, Christ. So I crossed the road and I've looked at this area and I've gone round because it's like a little harbour and it's got like a home furniture store and clothes shops and a sushi place. And I'm just having a look around that area. And then I turn around and I go to walk back towards Portier. and there are two people and their dog talking to this older couple. And I've just looked at it and gone, fuck's sake, it's Charles Leclerc. Stood there. I've gone, no, it can't be. Come on, don't be silly. Look, I've walked closer and closer, slightly incognito, but still walking closer. I've now paused my headphones and taken them off because I was listening to music at the time. And I've looked and gone, oh, fucking hell, it is. It's Charles Leclerc. And you do that thing where you've got like 2 or 3 seconds to decide, are you going to go over to them? Or are you just go smile, you go walk on. Sadly, whilst I've had this sort of last 10 seconds of talking to you, the listener, about it, my legs have already walked over to them involuntarily, and they've gone, oh my god, okay, I'm gonna speak to them. Hi. And yeah, it was Charles Leclerc and his girlfriend walking Leo the dog. And I went, hi, Charles. And you know, I'm not going to do his accent. Hello. I'll just do that. Hi. I went, oh, well, you know, sorry about last year, but congrats and lovely to meet you. Merry Christmas. He said, Merry Christmas, slightly more confused now. And then and this is the bit I'm going to regret for the rest of my life. I couldn't fucking play cool. I had to say, do you mind if I get a selfie with you? And he went, oh, everywhere else in the world, I'm happy to do this. But Monaco, this is one place I don't, because everyone will just follow me and ask me to do it. And I said, that's fine. I completely understand. And I put my hand out. And he shook my hand. I said, Merry Christmas nonetheless. And I smiled at Alex. And I said, and I looked down at Leo, the dog, was sniffing at my feet at this point. And I've looked down and gone, and Leo's lovely. And he went, thanks. Merry Christmas. And that was it. That was the end of that. And then I walked away and sat down for a bit going, what the fuck just happened? It's like a cliche. You go to Monaco. Oh, I'm not going to bump into... Oh, it's Charles Leclerc. And the thing is, and Chris, I think you pointed this out at the time, as cool as it was to meet Charles Leclerc, there's one person who I know who is a much bigger fan of Charles Leclerc than I am. Yes, and she was currently having a nap back at the hotel. So I thought, okay, just play it cool. Don't do anything silly. Within 5 seconds of Charles walking away, I went, well, I'm going to take a photo of him anyway. And I took a photo of him walking away. Couldn't play it cool. So I took a photo of the two of them walking away with Leo, the dog, just behind. I said it to Jane saying, guess what? And yeah, she was furious. And then about 30 seconds later, I sent it to all of you. And I thought, how am I going to word this in a way that you're going to believe that... I've gone to Monaco. All right, go bump into Charles Leclerc. Yeah.
I think that was my first question when you said you were going to Monaco. I was like, you're going to go see Charles?
I didn't know at the time, but apparently the answer was yes. Unknowingly.
But it's quite cool that he shook your hand and said Merry Christmas to you. Technically, that means he's been on the podcast, so also contender for 26 world champion.
I think I said to her that morning, her Charles Leclerc number was 2. You know, when you have the old Kevin Bacon number. And I said, well, the good news, honey, is your Charles Leclerc number is 2. So technically you're close to Charles Leclerc. And the reason I went with that is because I interviewed Lando. Lando is obviously, I think he's met Charles Leclerc. Therefore, your Bacon number, Leclerc number, is 2. And then I went back to the hotel later and went, your Leclerc number is now 1. And I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. And I was genuine. I walked through Portier. I walked through the tunnel. I went down to the chicane on the seafront and the piscine. And I did the rest of that lap in about 10 minutes because I was genuinely a bit pissed off that I'd asked him for a photo. But, you know, embarrassed by that and thought, oh, you stupid knob. You couldn't just be cool, could you? I just wanted the rest of it to be over. And then I got back to the hotel, and I'd say that was about 3 p.m. And for the rest of that day, I think I mentioned Charles probably in triple figures to Jane, and she didn't need that. She did not need that.
So, how was Christmas in the spare room?
Yeah. Jane is actually annoyed at me that I didn't pet Leo. But I wasn't going to go up to someone and go, hi, I'm a really big fan. Can I have a photo? And then they say no. I go, okay. Well, I'm just going to manhandle your dog now for no reason. Come here. Why are you running away? Why are you... You're the first person to be punched by Charles Leclerc on a Monaco harbour.
You could have been the first ever person to say to Charles Leclerc, can I pet that dog?
Oh, I wish I'd got the stream deck down here so I could hit the name drop bell, because, God, that is worth it.
No, it was ridiculous. It was truly stupid. And I can't tell whether I'm happy it happened or not, because it was just so daft. I can't believe I just went for a little wander and went, you're Charles Leclerc. Yeah. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. You know? Oh, it's just, just ridiculous thing.
Oh, God, how are we going to follow that? We're going to have to do an Is That Glock without the theme sting.
Is it Charles
I was
Leclerc?
going to say, you weren't planning to do Charles Leclerc, were
It's
you?
not Charles Leclerc. I will give you a freebie.
Clue 1, I was born in 1996. Clue 2, some knob from the Isle of Wight tried to embarrass themselves in front of you approximately 3 weeks ago.
Tried or succeeded?
Yes. A very valid point.
Both.
Is it Charles, Alex, or the dog? Also, another point which Jane has reminded me of several times. You remember the final race at Abu Dhabi when, at the end of the first lap, Piastri overtook Lando for third, and Lando wasn't staying on the back of Piastri, and he was being caught and challenged by Charles for third place, which would have given the title to Max. Well, I think I might have said once or twice something along the lines of, Charles, if you even try to overtake Lando, I'm going to pick up your dog and kick it into the fucking harbour when I go there next week.
Well, at least you didn't do that.
Jack Black Anchorman style.
Exactly! That's what I said to Jane! And she's like, Jack Black going, I don't care. Doff.
Do we need at this point to do an official 3 legs 4 wheel statement about the fact that we do not endorse punting dogs?
Oh, and I should say the dog was lovely, Charles was lovely, and I really don't mean that. And I think I'm mainly saying that because Charles didn't overtake Lando for third place and thus give the title to Max. But I'm also saying that because he was really nice, and he was very nice about it all. He was really lovely, and I felt really bad after that as well. But yeah, nice guy is what I'm going to say.
Oh my God! Right, bloody hell! Right, okay. We will just segue straight into Is That Glock?
Yes.
I think so.
Theme tuneless. This one has actually been hanging around in the inbox for a few months, but then again, it's probably been a few months since we had a chance to do one. And it was Tyler Stevens who sent this one in. He sent instructions. Don't read things in brackets. They're the answers.
Oh,
That would be
answers multiple.
Good work, Tyler.
Well, I think they're the explanations.
Oh, right, okay.
So we will start as we always do. I was born
Yay.
Yay.
in 1966. Clue
Okay.
2.
So 60 this year.
Clue 2. I was considered the protege of an F1 champion who gave me a nickname that stuck. And
Okay.
clue 3. I replaced a driver who drove under 2 different flags during his F1 career, neither of which were the country of his birth.
Oh, fucking hell.
I'm going to go with JJ Leto.
So who did he replace? Gasho? No, Schumacher replaced Gasho.
JJ Leto was taken under the wings of Keke Rosberg
and JJ was a nickname. His real first name is ridiculously long and almost unpronounceable to an English speaker.
Oh yes, it's like Yarvelik. Oh yeah, like I say,
Yeah,
not
like
pronounced.
one of them. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's my first guess.
Any advance on that? Or you
I have nothing to
Well,
offer, so
sticking,
yeah.
sticking
yeah.
with JJ
Good
later?
go.
Okay, clue 4. I drew attention by running P5 in my 4th race before my car ended the race underwater.
Wow.
What? Oh, that's got to be rain. It's not. He's not in the harbour.
Probably not JJ Leto currently. I don't remember anybody ending their race underwater. I'm just thinking what era they'd be racing in, and it would probably be
Mid
late
90s.
80s, late 80s, early 90s, yeah.
Clue 5. In my single F1 podium, I was behind the wheel for the Scuderia.
Oh, then it's not JJ Leto. Because didn't he get podiums with Ligier? Who drove for? Sorry, can you say that clue again, Paul?
Yep, in my single F1 podium, I was behind the wheel for the Scuderia.
The Scuderia doesn't necessarily mean Ferrari.
It doesn't, does it? That's just an Italian team.
But there was
Yeah.
also, wasn't there Scuderia Coloni or something like that? But I didn't think they got podiums.
Scuderia Italia, who definitely didn't
That's
score
it.
podiums.
No.
And unless they did, and I just completely forgotten. And,
Scuderia, Coloni became Andrea Murder, and we've already done them.
yeah, and you've got Scuderia Toro Rosso, but they probably.
Ah,
I don't think Minardi got a podium, did they? At any point.
no. But also, if you got a podium with Toro Rosso and born in 1966, you'd have to be at least 41. Yeah, so it's not that.
There is a clue 6 for another guess. The car I drove to the podium was powered by an F1 champion. And it's guess time. And it's all gone quiet.
It has.
I've got nothing more on JJ Leto, so I'm willing to carry on down the Leto train.
I don't think it's JJ Leto, but I don't have anything else to replace that with.
Shall we carry on?
Yeah.
Yes.
Flood's gone quiet. Has he
He
vanished
has.
again?
I'm concerned by the quietness.
Has his internet died?
Should we put a pause to this until we can get him back?
This might not be a bad
Might be a
shout.
good idea. Pause. So Chris's internet is now back.
Yay.
You did hear
Hello.
all of clue 6. Nobody appears to want to move on from JJ later. Unless, do you have
No.
anything different?
No, again, the Toro Rosso thing could be that it was Ferrari powered, wasn't it? And if it's the engine from the previous year's Ferrari, 2008 podium was Sebastian Vettel, but obviously not Vettel, somebody who was working with the Toro Rosso team.
French toast? How old's
I
he?
think
He's
French
older
toast
than
is
that, isn't he?
older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, sole F1 podium seems to suggest that there is just the one, and under Franz Tost, you would have also had Gasly. So,
Yep.
We can continue.
okay.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, my final season in F1 started behind the wheel of a championship-winning car. However, I was in and out of the seat due to injuries and suspensions.
Ooh.
Do we need to look outside of F1?
It does say that it's within F1.
Yes,
though,
it's
that's the
final
thing,
season
my
in
Oh, yeah,
F1.
sorry. Yeah, of course, yeah. Injuries.
And
66.
suspensions. Suspensions, plural.
Suspensions, plural. That's how it's
do
written
remember-
anyway.
Yeah, I do remember the Benetton seat share. His final season in Formula One for JJ Leto. Well, that was a World Championship winning car, but he didn't do the full season. He seat shared with
Jos Verstappen.
Well, and that would be 94, not 95, would it? Because he would be climbing into a championship-winning car in 95, whereas in 94 it wouldn't have been.
Yeah, the Benetton lineup in 95 was solid, Herbert and Schumacher throughout the whole year.
We have more.
Tracy's too old.
We have more clues.
Okay.
Clue 8. I scored my final points in F1 after an F1 champion's nephew's disqualification, and it's just as well I'm reading that rather than you, Kieran. I scored my final points in F1 after an F1 champion's nephew's disqualification moved me into the points.
F1 champion's nephew. That's very...
Okay, so who was nephew to the F1 champions?
There've been a lot of
Of the sort of
Fittipaldis, haven't
80s
there?
or so.
There've been a lot of Fittipaldis.
Is Christian a nephew of Emerson, or is
I
he
wanna say
direct son, isn't he?
I don't know. I didn't think Christian was a son.
Well, he's got to have a dad.
Well, yes, but
Well, Michael Andretti is Mario's son. So we're not thinking like
Yes.
early 90s. Michael Andretti getting disqualified for any reason. I know he had a very short career in Formula One, but even still, that to me doesn't that doesn't ring bells for me.
yeah.
There are still a couple of clues and a spaffer.
Oh, we will almost certainly need
Okay.
more clues.
Yeah.
Right, clue 9. I scored 2 podiums in my home country, the second of which was for a team founded by my fellow countryman and manager.
Okay, so it won't be JJ Leto because we haven't had F1 race in Finland.
That is correct.
2 podiums in their home country. But their only podium was with a Scuderia.
Only F1 podium.
Oh,
Aha,
hello. Right, okay.
Right, so we might now be looking at...
Someone who has raced in multiple series.
Is there a French person who... Oh!
I think I know who it is, and I was close with Leto, but I was on the wrong side of the grid for Imola 94.
Okay.
Can I have the clues again from number 1 going right through to now,
All
or does
the
that have to wait
clues?
till
Well,
the end?
we have clue 10 as well.
Okay, let's do clue 10, and then I want to hear them all again.
All right. I am a two-time
In quick succession.
Le Mans winner, or as we're doing the quiz at the end, I am a 2-time Le Mans winner. With tradition. With the 2 victories being a decade apart.
Okay.
So those are your 2 podiums in your home country, potentially, Ben.
Yeah.
So we'll go back to the beginning. So you want a recap of all the clues?
Yes, please.
Right, okay. Born in 1966.
Okay.
Considered the protege of an F1 champion who gave me a nickname that stuck.
Okay.
Replaced a driver who drove under 2 different flags during his F1 career, neither of which were the country of his birth.
Okay.
Ran P5 in his 4th race before his car ended the race underwater.
Don't remember anything about a car being underwater, but yeah.
Single F1 podium behind the wheel for the Scuderia.
If it's Ferrari, I think I know who it is, but okay.
The car I drove to a podium was powered by an F1 champion.
Okay.
Final season in F1 started behind the wheel of a championship-winning car. However, I was in and out of the seat due to injuries and suspensions.
Not to himself, though.
Scored my final points in F1 after an F1 champion's nephew's disqualification. I'm never saying that again. Moved me into the points. Scored 2 podiums in my home country, the second of which was for a team founded by my fellow countryman and manager. And I am a 2-time Le Mans winner, with the 2 victories being a decade apart. There is a spaffer available.
I think this might be Nicola Larini.
So that would make sense for the 1 podium powered by the Scuderia, because that's Imola 94 again, isn't it?
It is.
But I thought that Nicola Larini's only points in F1 was his podium, which means the 4th place wouldn't quantify.
He drove for Sauber after that. I think 96, maybe 97. He drove for Sauber.
Oh, he did, because he's on F1 World Grand Prix. Yeah.
Mm.
Did he get points?
And I think he was seat sharing due to suspensions and injuries too. I was going to say somebody who did not drive Formula One cars, but was a midfielder for Newcastle United.
John Joe Shelby?
Tino Asprilla?
I was going to say Norberto Solano, but it's not him.
Fontana, yes. Norberto Fontana.
Nobby Solano.
Norberto Solano.
Nobby Solano. No, it wasn't him.
Would you like the Spaffer?
Yeah, could we have the Spaffer before I absolutely lock that in? I think it's a possible. I don't think it's definite.
The Spaffer. I was found guilty of drunk sailing and negligent homicide. However, I was eventually cleared of all charges.
Oh, we're back to JJ Leto, aren't we?
Leto, yeah, that's JJ Leto.
I am not Glock. I am JJ Leto. You got it
Yes.
after
Wow.
3.
Brilliant.
So, the explanations that Tyler has very kindly written in brackets. Clue 2, protege of an F1 champion who gave me a nickname that stuck, Keke Rosberg. JJ, this is exactly as it's written. JJ is short for a very Finnish name I'm not typing out because you can't pronounce it anyway.
Yes.
That sounds fair.
Very good.
Yeah.
The driver who drove under 2 different flags was Bertrand Gachot, French and Belgian, but he was born in Luxembourg. The car that ended the race underwater, a little cryptic, DNF in the 89 Australian Grand Prix due to waterlogged electronics. The Scuderia was Scuderia Italia.
Wow,
And
okay.
the engine in that car was a Judd, founded by Jack Brabham.
Oh, okay.
1994 Benetton lost his seat due to a neck injury and then replaced Schumacher when he got suspended for overtaking Damon Hill on the parade lap in the British Grand Prix. It was Christian Fittipaldi who was disqualified in the 94 Canadian Grand Prix that got him in some points.
So he's the nephew of Emerson.
Yes, so he must be Wilson's son.
Mm.
The 2 podiums in his home country were in Finnish rounds of DTM.
Oh,
Amazing.
Christ.
In 95 and 96, and in 96 he was driving for Keke Rosberg's team. And the
What
2...
was DTM ending up in Finland for?
Because
How
it's a
did that happen?
touring championship.
Why
Yeah,
does...
but I thought it was a Deutsche touring championship.
Why
big tour.
Why did British F3 have a round at Spa?
Yes,
Yeah.
very good point.
Yeah.
But if you told me, Biffy Clyro are going to a UK tour and the first date is Shanghai, I might put my arm up at least.
And Le Mans victories were 95 and 2005.
Wow, didn't know that.
So thank you very much, Tyler, for that. I'm sorry it's been in the inbox for God knows how long, but I think that was worth waiting for.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
I was leaning towards Nicola Larini, but then the Spaffer gave it away that it was actually JJ Leto.
And of course, cleared of all charges, so not a drunk sailor. Because what? Because what?
Legally speaking,
Because what do you do with one of them?
Come on, everyone!
Every time I do a joke, I get my usual round of applaud. The crowd goes mild.
Half a cheer.
A chair. Right, if you want to send in an Is That Glock, you can email it to me, 3legs4wheels@gmail.com, or jump onto our Discord, and I'm on there as Paul, 3L4W, send me a direct message, and that will go on the list. If you want to get in touch with us, obviously we've got the email address there, we've got the website, 3legs4wheels.com, we will be launching the 2026 Prediction League on there very soon. And I am going to give the results out of the 2025 one now, which I completely forgot about.
Oh, yes.
Which I will do now. It was possibly the closest season we've had yet. There were 5 points separating the top 3. So in third place, on 583 points, was Kira Heaney. In second place, on 586 points, was Thane Pipes, one of the iRacing crew from way back in the day as well. And winning just because he actually outscored Thane by 2 points in the last race of the season to take the title, otherwise it would have been a tie, is Mark Harris.
Well done, Mark.
Mark, if you are listening, get in touch because I may have actually sorted out a prize.
Oof.
As long as you don't live in the US. Because we still can't post anything
That's
over
true,
there.
we can't post the US.
So if you
can, but
No.
it doesn't get there.
No, our post office have actually banned taking any mail to
Yeah,
the
they
US.
have suspended services. To
Really?
the, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep, Isle of Man Post do not deliver to the US anymore, or for the time being.
That's
So,
unbelievable.
Mark, if you can get in touch, there may well be a prize depending on where you live. God, I hate doing that. So we'll be launching the 2026 Prediction League at a suitable point, probably in about 2 months' time, just before the first race, I would have thought.
That'd be about right, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because there's no point predicting who's going to do well in pre-season testing. But
For me, there was no point in predicting how well they do on the Friday of the race. Quite frankly. I think I'll have Sonoda second here. Oh, look, 2 points for the weekend.
you're still bitter about your 28th place.
Yes. I'd like to think I'm in the top half, but I haven't checked the math, so I suspect I wasn't.
You were. There was 47 entries this season.
Then I wasn't in the top half.
You also didn't even score half of what the winner got.
Carry on. Keep bringing it.
Okay.
Also, I made a tit of myself in front of Charles Leclerc.
You didn't.
Let's just pile them all up.
You didn't score half of what 18th place got. Do you want me to stop now?
Good. Well,
If you want to get in touch in other ways, obviously on the socials we are at 3 Legs 4 Wheels on just about every social platform you can find except TikTok. We haven't actually got around to doing anything with that yet, but I am over 17, so I don't know how it works.
I don't know what we would contribute to TikTok. I don't know if we have that kind of
No.
content.
That kind of thing. And individually on the socials we are...
At Sean Cowper, I have been very slack on the sort of Twitter style platforms recently because I can't figure out which one I want to use. I will try to do better.
That's one hell of a name.
It is.
Yeah.
It was a difficulty getting it all in there. Yeah.
let me just get a pen. I'll just... at Kieran is boring. Similar. I should quit Twitter. X, Elon Chat, whatever it's called. I really should. I will try and be more on Blue Sky. Or actually, the main thing I'm on is Instagram. It's the same screen name.
And it's Flood back from the loo.
Oh, is that where he said he was going?
Yeah.
In that case, he's Flood 21 on all of them, and I think he's about the same at doing the socials as we all are. And I'm at Pablo 100, and yeah, I'm terrible at socials these days as well. Right, we will be back. This is a threat, not a promise.
I won't have had 2 beers before I started recording next time. I promise.
I might. I'll see how that goes.
And this being not the Patreon, 3 beers before I start recording.
But yeah, we'll be back at some point in the next few weeks. And if there's any news, chances are it'll happen on a Tuesday. We will see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Flood impression. Bye.